The Ngwa, Ṅgwa IPA, NA, and Igbo group constitute the largest and most populous sub-ethnicity, or clan, in southeastern Nigeria. They occupy an area of about 1,328 square kilometers, 513 square miles, although some accounts read at least 2,300 square kilometers, 900 square miles. In 1979, their population was held at an estimate of approximately 1.5 million people. Their ethnonym Ngwa is used to describe the people, their indigenous territory, and the native tongue. King Josaiah Ndubuisi Wachuku, who died on Friday 2 June 1950, was as paramount chief and servant leader head of Ngwa people during British colonial times. The Ngwa people, in the absence of a documented account of the origin of the word Ngwa in the pre-colonial era, one source of information appears to be a booklet written a few years ago by a prominent historian and archivist, His Royal Highness S.J.E.N. Nwaguru. His proximity to the National Archives in Enugu made his work an acceptable source of information. Another source would be the fireside evening stories from our grandfathers. This oral history account has it that the word Ngwa was a short form of the Igbo adjective ngwa, meaning quickly. Geographical setting. The area covering the old Aba division Ngwa is situated in the tropical rainforest of southern Igbo Plain in the present Abia state of Nigeria. It has a population of about 1 million people and an area of little over 900 square miles, 2,300 square kilometers. The area is bounded on the north by the present Umuahia zone, on the west by Owerri and Mbase, on the east by Iketekpin and Abik, and on the south by Ukwa. The important waterways are the Imo River to the south and west, the Aba or Aza River that rises at Abai, and flows south through Aba Township into the Imo River at her point near Okeponchu, around Nsulu to the northeast. There are two minor rivers, the Otamiri and the Ohi. At no point does the land rise above an elevation of 50 feet, 15.2 meters. The people are largely farmers, producing yams, cassava, cocoyam, maize and other tropical farm products. Major rural industries include gari and palm produce in addition to aqua cloth weaving, in which most women from Ihi area were engaged. The old divisional headquarters was Aba, a very important commercial and industrial center. Center of major population concentration includes Aba, Boko, Osisioma, Umuba, Awarinta, Nbawsi and Okpuala, Ngwa Omoba. Origins and waves of migrations. The Ngwas. The main body of the Ngwa clan is said to have originated from a village called Umunoha in the present Owerri zone of Imo State, Nigeria. Tradition related that people of Umunoha village had taken a journey in search of new lands in which to dwell. The journey lasted many days and the group finally arrived at the banks of the Great Imo River. Tired, coupled with the fact that Imo River had overflowed to recede, and to find food to eat. The only handy food item then was yam. One group felt it would be quicker to roast the yams, while the other group preferred boiling the yams. As soon as they were occupied cooking the food, the stream began to rise. 3 of the traveling brothers who boiled their yams hurriedly ate the food, packed up their belongings and crossed over the other side of the river, leaving their kith and kin behind who had adopted the process of roasting the yam. The 3 people who gained the left bank of the river were UKWU, NWOHA and Avosi in order of age. They were given the name of Ngwa on account of the expeditious manner of their crossing, while the stragglers on the right bank were named Ouhu. Till this day, All towns and villages on the other side of Imo River are referred to as Ndiouhu or Umuouhu. The villages of the left bank of Imo were inhabited by Ibibos, who received Ngwa UKWU and his brothers amicably allocating to them sufficient virgin lands for their immediate needs. Ṅgwa settled at what is now the village of Umualike, where he also established his ancestral shrine, Ala Ngwa, in a small hut, OKPU, which is today the capital of Ngwa land, called OKPU Ala Ngwa. For many years, the three brothers dwelt around OKPU Ala Ngwa in peace. But as their families increased in number, they moved apart in different directions. Ṅgwa group, Mambutu, Ovuaku and Ovonwu, and Avosi found the villages of Mvosi and all around OKPU Ala Ngwa. According to the historical account HRHS J.E.N. Nwaguru, the origins of Ntigha and Nsulu is a bit controversial. Some say that the Ntigha crossed over from Ouhu with Ṅgwa and his brothers, while others say that Ntigha was the son of Ṅgwa. Whichever is the case, Ntigha settled at Umanachie and established the Ala Ntigha deity, while Nsulu took part of the due to settle at Isiala and adjoining villages. From these early settlements, the Ngwas advanced to the southwest, which include Ihi, Oza, Obagu, Okporo Ahaba, Osakwa, Irongwa, Imavo, Ngwa Obi, and Amize, and to the southeast, which also includes Abanaro Azu, Akuma Imo, Abanara Bay, Amezumu Okareka Ngwa, Ibem, Mg Boko Umu Inunu, Mg Boko Amariri, Mg Boko Itungwa, Mbutu Umu Ojima, Diakata, Owens, Onisha Ngwa, Ooiafo Agwanikbo and Urata. Customs and traditions. Customs and traditions. Ngwas have one custom, tradition and culture which we now refer to as Ome Narala Ngwa. He believed in the supreme deity, God, but he equally believed in the lesser deities. For example, Ala, Mother Earth, Ofola Ogu, God of right doing, Nyoku, God of Yam, and Amadioha, God of thunder. His music include Akeravu for adults, and Yantoliku for young girls, Ese dance for a deceased nobleman and warrior, Ukom for the deceased noblewoman. Wrestling was the most popular game in Ngwa land. Other cultural festivals were Ikoro and EKP dances. Iumg bead for unmarried young ladies. The Ngwa man as a farmer had great regard for land. Some acts and behavior were regarded as taboo against the land. Such acts included sexual encounters in the bush, sex in marriage with close blood relatives, sexual encounter with your father's wife while your father is still living, disrespect for the elders, killing by poisoning. Phrases such as "Iruala" were used to describe any of the above acts. To appease the aggrieved landforms of sacrifice were carried out known as Ikwala. Land was the source of wealth of the Ngwa man and cultivation was tied to the availability of labor. The most dependable source of labor force was the womenfolk. Hence the average Ngwa man of the immediate past was a polygamist. The attachment to the land as the principal source of livelihood placed the Ngwa man of the in serious handicap, especially in times of disturbances involving moving away from his habitat. Pre-colonial era. Before the advent of the British rule, the highest political unit of the Ngwa man was the village. The village government consists of two basic institutions: the Council of Elders, to which the heads of the different constitution families and often members of the most senior age grade were represented, and the village's assembly open to all adult males. The Council of Elders, which was the executive and judicial authority of the villages, often met at the village square (AMAUKWU) at regular intervals and during an emergency to discuss matters of administrative, economic, religious, social and judicial importance. The chairman and summoner of the council was often the Onyenvarela. In the village assembly, the Council of Elders would form the executive. There were other sources of judicial authority from which justice could be expected. These were the juju shrines and the oracle cults. Prominent among them was the Chukwu Abiyama, Long Juju at Chukwu, and the Igwe Karela at Umuno Harembes. Provincial administration was abolished at the end of the Civil War. Some of the changes made after the Civil War to bring the government closer to the people included the third-tier system. The presidential system had previously been applied at only the federal and state level of government, but now extended to local government levels. When states were created, Aba Zone, Umuahia Zone, and Afikpo Zone formed Abia State, with the capital at Umuahia. Today, their territory comprises 7 local government areas in Abia State, namely Aba North, Aba South, Isiala Ngwa North, Isiala Ngwa South, Obingwa, Ozi-Sioma Ngwa, and Ugunagbo. This was done by the government for administrative convenience. Notable people: Josaiah Ndubuisi Wachuku, traditional ruler, paramount chief of Ngwa land. Marcus Wambu Abani, traditional ruler, politician, member of the House of Representatives. Dr. Paul Agbaoguma, banker, administrator, former central bank governor, senator Inianaya Harcourt Abaribe, politician, senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Mazi Omanihu Edward Onwanle, community leader, businessman, elder statesman. Jaja Anucha Wachuku, statesman, lawyer, politician, first Speaker of the House of Representatives. Iziush Chinwe Abani, journalist, politician, member of the House of Representatives. Senator Nkechi Justina Nwaogu, economist, politician, senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Ndubuisi Jaja Wachuku Nwo Kolo, British lawyer, social justice advocate. Chukwu Wachuku, economist, politician. Chukwuemeka Chineke Wogu, lawyer, politician, former minister of the Federal Republic. Dr. Oxy Victor Ikpeazu, biochemist, professor, politician, executive governor Abia State. Elder Emmanuel Adayelu, industrialist, elder statesman, politician. Chief Godson Evolukwu, administrator, elder statesman. Chief Ogbonna Timi Nwoha, prominent lawyer, community leader. Richard Nabugui Hidewa, prolific journalist, politician, communication expert. Esbernard Enweremadu, SNGWA UKWU1, chairman of the Traditional Rulers Council of Abia State. Esbernard Oyoyo, traditional ruler of Ozi-1, of Nvosi. Ezotwoni, traditional ruler of Osakwa, Nvosi. Dr. Gershon Amuta, politician and former governorship aspirant. Dr. Maxwell Duagwaib, lawyer and politician.